Good morning, I'm Ginger Gadsden. This morning on Flashpoint, we want to showcase some of the really good work done recently by the News 6 investigators. Now, Mike Holfeld, Erica Washington, and Mike DeForest join me now on set. Louis Bolden will be here a little bit later on in the program, so thank you all for being here. Mike, we're going to start with you. 2015 will be known as the year when people's anxiety with police boiled over. Several police shootings sparked rallies in the streets demanding accountability, but you found out those protests may have unintended consequences.
Well, there's no question. Hi, everyone. You know, the wrongs of a few may be putting the lives of our police officers and sheriff's deputies in danger. That's the message behind a local woman's viral video. Cops have families, too. You may not think we have that hatred of police in Central Florida, but guess what? I saw it firsthand not long ago.
Thursday, October 1st. Seminole County Sheriff's deputies pursuing a suspected thief in connection with a string of home burglaries. Watch.
Shot on the ground. Cop bleeding out right here.
The suspect darts from his car and opens fire. A deputy is hit, shot in the line of duty. A witness at the scene offers a cold reaction, never before broadcast, until now.
At least it was a cop and not like a real human being that got killed.
And the hateful comments is what's got law enforcement concerned.
Orange County's former top cop, Kevin Berry, is just back from training counterterrorism, narcotics, and security teams in Afghanistan. Berry says incidents of police-suspect confrontations caught on video have ignited a level of blind hate that places every cop at risk.
I've got two sons in law enforcement now, one in South Carolina and one here in Florida. And I pray for them every day.
I should not expect that when my husband walks out the door, he's going to die.
Jackie Perry lives every day on edge. Her emotional Facebook video post has already reached 4.2 million people. An FHP trooper's wife, afraid her husband will be the next casualty of the new anti-cop attitude.
My father passed when I was 4. And so I've gone my entire life without a father. And I will not let that happen to my children. Along OBT near Apopka, a gun shop sign reads, "Cops' lives matter." The owner is a former sergeant with Orange County Sheriff's Office.
The bad guys tend to focus on the fact that it's a uniform and not an individual, not a human being.
You have to be upfront and honest and tell the public immediately what happened.
Berry says police agencies need to tell the whole truth behind video clips right away.
And I think that's what happened with the Michael Brown situation in Ferguson.
We weren't getting the whole story?
We weren't getting the whole story, and that was part of law enforcement's fault. Maybe this entire country needs a old-fashioned look in the mirror. How do we get along and deal with our problems without killing each other?
There's always a fear of retaliation. There's always a fear that something bad is going to happen, and so families feel this way, but nobody wants to talk about it.
Now, I checked in with Jackie a few days ago. Her site now has 7.8 million hits and more than 200,000 shares. So clearly her message has struck a chord, but no one argues. Cops crossing the line need to be held accountable, and that communities definitely need to heal.
Wow, that is just stunning information, and hearing what we heard for the first time in that story, just really eye-opening.
It's a different perspective, it really is, but a lot of those cops did cross the line, and they have to be held accountable.
All right, thank you, Mike.
My pleasure.
Now, Erica, you join us now, and you have a story that a lot of us just thought at first we couldn't do anything about, and it was just a hopeless situation.
Absolutely, Ginger. I can tell you that nightmare neighbors are everywhere. You know who they are. They're the people who don't keep up their property, make too much noise, and sometimes even worse. Now, you don't have to live through that nightmare anymore. You can do something about them and remain anonymous.
It's an eyesore.
That's how Dan Beach describes his next-door neighbor's home. Old AC units, furniture, junk, and piles of debris litter the property.
I spend a lot of time with my property, and I like to keep it up, and then to have a property that's next door that looks crummy, it's really, really hard.
And have you tried to talk to your neighbors?
Of course.
This is where Orange County Code Enforcement can step in. Chief Officer Bob Spivey recommends calling 311 to report any concerns.
Most of our complaints involve junk vehicles, overgrown lots, and could be substandard housing and zoning.
Within 24 hours, your complaint is investigated by a code enforcement officer. Homeowners in violation are notified and must comply or pay a fine. If they don't, they can get fined daily up to $200 or $1,000 for a repeat offense and have a lien placed on their home. We visited this home in Orlando that's on code enforcement's violation list. Overflowing trash cans, stacked coolers, and debris cover the entire front porch. Do you feel like maybe that you should clean up your yard, or what do you feel?
Well, I usually keep it pretty clean, but I work.
It's a little messy right now, sir.
Yes, it is.
Can you understand your neighbor's concerns, though?
Yeah.
So code enforcement did let you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So are you going to clean up?
Yeah.
Even upscale neighborhoods like Keens Point, where most properties are immaculate. Well, this house is cited for trash, junk, and debris. Neighbors can call 311 and report their concerns anonymously. Some of the neighbors had complained about code violations, so we wanted to come to you and ask you, did you have any response? The homeowner had nothing to say.
Most of the calls are not people that really are mean-spirited or trying to retaliate. They're asking for help. They see that something they feel is wrong.
What's wrong with this home? Code enforcement marked it as an unsafe structure. That's a violation. This man who lives in the mobile home had few words for me.
You're here to film the house, right?
And you're standing in front of the house,
No,
sir.
I'm not either.
Yes, you are. To avoid conflict, you can take a photo of a violation and send it to code enforcement anonymously through their app called OCFL 311. For Brian Rogers, it's not about uncut grass or aesthetics.
There's literally 30, 40, 50 cars on any given night.
His nightmare is what he calls shady activity next door.
We really started seeing a lot of high traffic going in and out, all hours of the night.
It's gotten so bad, Brian has contemplated moving to get away from his neighbor.
And I've been out there, I've taken down license plate numbers, which is probably going to get me shot one of these days.
Now, no one wants anyone getting hurt trying to get rid of a nightmare neighbor. You can call 911 when you see something criminal. As for those code violations, call 311. And you can tell someone that's what's happening and keep your name out of it. Now, since this report aired, Ginger, I'm glad to say that Brian's neighbor has been arrested and no longer lives next door. So he is
It is
very
a scary
happy.
situation, especially if they know you reported them and it's right next door. You have to live there.
Yeah.
All right, good information, Erica. Thank you. All right, investigator Mike DeForest joins us now, and you have arguably one of the highlights for me, the vacuum cleaner salesperson. That story had all of us scratching our heads and cheering by the end of it.
And it goes to show we never know what we're going to get when we pick up the phone in the newsroom back there. This story all started when a man gave us a call. He said he wanted us to investigate a door-to-door salesman that he says was taking advantage of his grandmother.
Hey, Chris, is it? Hey, I'm Mike with News 6. I want to talk to you about the vacuum cleaner you sold Ann Wood.
Door-to-door salesman Chris DeGennaro was apparently not in the mood to tell us the benefits of owning a rainbow vacuum. This elderly woman says he sold her one to clean her very small and very cramped mobile home. The price, more than $3,000.
Can you afford that?
Huh?
Can you afford that?
No.
Ann Wood has such poor hearing, I had to yell when asking her about this agreement, which shows she financed the vacuum over 2 years at a nearly 22% interest rate.
What did you sign?
Apparently the contractor buying it. I don't know.
You don't know what you signed?
No.
Wood says she got confused when another salesman barged into her back bedroom and took away her old vacuum.
I just felt like, you know, I was kind of dumb or something. You know, why didn't I yell at him, you know, and say, hey, you can't do that? But the fact that he just took my old vacuum and then walked out the door and left this one. And I thought, well, if I didn't buy this one, I wouldn't have a vacuum.
I assume you're an honest businessman. Why aren't you telling me about it?
DeGennaro is an independent contractor for Dynamic Air Distributors. The state has received several complaints from customers accusing their salesmen of using deceptive and predatory practices to target seniors, including one man suffering Alzheimer's and dementia.
Hey, Jamie.
The company's registered agent, Jamie Griffith, whose Facebook page describes her as an entrepreneur, did not return numerous calls. And their Orlando office was always closed when we stopped by. However, early one morning, we saw salesmen here loading their truck. So we followed them to this low-income community in Polk County where homes are worth as little as $8,000. That's where we found DeGennaro peddling high-end vacuums like the one he sold Ann Wood.
Do you know Ann?
I'm not sure.
Why would you sell a $3,000 vacuum cleaner to a nearly 80-year-old woman who lives in that tiny mobile home? Are you an honest businessman?
Less than 2 hours after they sped off, someone left this rusty, dirty vacuum at Wood's house with a note claiming it was her old one. Except it wasn't. The company no longer had it, she was told. After we called Dynamic Air Distributors again, someone delivered a bit nicer used vacuum and took away the expensive one.
Well, I think he took advantage of me, you know, because I'm old.
Now, after News 6 got involved, Dynamic Air Distributors apparently canceled Wood's contract, but others have not been so lucky. Earlier this year, the company sued an 81-year-old woman who wanted to return her vacuum. The woman's daughter ended up settling the case for $700 just to make it go away.
Thank goodness you answered the phone that day. Mike, isn't there a law in Florida against exploiting the elderly, though?
There is, but state officials tell me that generally applies to family members, not door-to-door salespeople. However, those salesmen must have a permit when they go door to door. We checked, and before this story originally aired, Chris DeGennaro did not have the permits in the counties we know he was working. That's a possible misdemeanor.
Well, you definitely got results for a lot of people in that story. Thank you, Mike. All right, you stay right there, and Erica, you stay where you are. Mike Holfeld, thank you so much for joining us on Flashpoint this morning. Next, investigator Lewis Bolden joins us with his very interesting story on hypnosis. Can going under help you face your fears or even help you stop smoking? See for yourself. I'm Ginger Gadsden, and this is Flashpoint on News 6. And welcome back to Flashpoint. I'm Ginger Gadsden, here with the News 6 investigators Mike DeForest, Erica Washington, and Lewis Bolden joins us now. And Lewis, we're going to start with you in this segment. I remember how much we talked about this case when it happened. The Sarasota County School District had to pay $600,000 to settle a lawsuit filed by 3 families who claimed a principal hypnotized their kids. And that story really got you thinking.
You know what, Ginger, it did, because I started to wonder whether those students who were hypnotized were ever in any danger. Now, that's hard to know, but I got to see the effects of hypnosis in person and came away with a better appreciation of the potential pluses and minuses. Take a look. He is known as the incredible hypnotist.
So I need to see the people with the fun personalities.
Richard Barker has entertained thousands of people with his hypnosis stage show. From an arena full of UCF students to television audiences like The Late Late Show with James Corden.
Each and every one of you look and focus, each and every one, and sleep!
But Barker says hypnosis can also be used for practical purposes, like pain management, weight loss, and managing fears and phobias.
My experience of 20 years of hypnosis is everything I've seen and all the evidence been presented to me has been positive.
News 6 producer Ashley Coran wanted to try hypnosis to stop smoking.
I mean, I've tried here and there, like I quit for a month, not even, maybe a month, but I started it again.
Barker started by having Ashley stare at a fixed object, then opening and closing her eyes. Once she was hypnotized, then came the commands about smoking.
If you're foolish enough to ever smoke again, your subconscious mind will come back to haunt you.
He could bring her in and out on command.
1, 2, 3 eyes open, fully alert, and just sleep, just close your eyes.
And at one point even made her crush her cigarettes.
Quickly, get rid of them, all the way down.
In all, it was about a 45-minute session.
In a second on 5 eyes open, fully alert and wide awake. Welcome back.
That was so weird.
Welcome back.
He also hypnotized News 6 reporter Johnny Fernandez.
1, 2, 3, breathe in.
To help with his fear of cats. This is Johnny before, and this is Johnny after.
Anything that's powerful enough to help can also harm.
Dr. Alan Keck is a licensed psychologist who believes you should only allow someone with a medical background to hypnotize you. He says people can have latent mental health issues that could be triggered by hypnosis.
You can say the wrong thing to the wrong person at the wrong time and help them do something that's really not in their best interest.
Barker and Keck use the same tool in different ways, but both agree on this.
Like anything in the wrong hands, I don't think it's, there's always potential for good and bad.
Now in Florida, practicing therapeutic hypnosis without a license is a crime. So if you decide to try hypnosis to stop smoking, for example, be careful who you choose. As for our producer, Ashley, she has not had a cigarette since she was hypnotized more than 2 months ago.
Which I think I find that so hard to believe, but I know her and I ask her all the time. I try not to ask her because I don't want her to think about it, so she doesn't do it.
Right.
Okay, so what about Johnny and the cats?
Well, Johnny's in good shape. I mean, he's not running out getting a cat anytime soon, but it's all good on that front. He's not deathly afraid of them. So that's good news. Now, we have more information about how to pick a hypnotist on our website, clickorlando.com. Just search hypnosis.
I think you've made a believer out of a lot of people, a lot of skeptics out there. All right, thank you, Lewis. Now, Mike DeForest, you did a story that had that got a lot of attention. A bride-to-be who claims her wedding planner did very little planning for a lot of money.
Well, and when I started looking into her story and making calls, nobody would ever get back to me. These invoices here show that the bride-to-be paid the wedding planner hundreds of dollars for various deposits, but we found the money did not go where these say it did.
That's the bridesmaid's dress, and this is my dress.
Amber Maxwell is getting ready for her wedding next year. She says the big event was almost thwarted by, of all people, her wedding planner.
If I wouldn't have caught this until the end, my wedding day would have been ruined by this woman. I probably wouldn't have had a wedding day.
Maxwell and her fiance contacted Savannah's Catering in Ocala. The company's website shows it's run by chef Bruce Cordry and his wife, Angela.
She seemed very organized.
Besides making the food, Maxwell discovered that Angela Cordry would also serve as their wedding planner, handling all of the arrangements.
She said, but when we book the venue, I need you to be aggressive, because if you don't give me the money, I'm going to lose it.
This invoice shows Maxwell paid Savannah's Catering a $750 deposit for the ballroom and other facilities at this Ocala wedding venue.
She's like, well, if you want me to book the DJ and you want me to book the cake, I need at least $500.
So Maxwell paid a $500 deposit for the DJ and cake, as this invoice shows, along with another $300 deposit for other services.
I was calling, I was texting, no response.
The bride-to-be says she suddenly started having difficulty reaching the wedding planner by phone.
My mom said, we need to call the vendors. Something is not right.
When News 6 contacted the wedding venue, the owner confirmed we never received a deposit or a contract. Likewise, the owner of Sweet Eats Bakery tells us the wedding planner never indicated Maxwell wanted a cake.
The cake lady just said, I thought you guys didn't like me. I never heard from her. You know, I didn't receive a deposit.
When I stopped by Savannah's Catering, I discovered the business was vacant. That's because Angela Cordry had been evicted from the building for failing to pay her rent, according to court records. I then learned Cordry was opening up a new wedding business a few blocks away.
Miss Cordry? Hey, I'm Mike with Channel 6. Been trying to get in touch with you. I want to talk to you about one of your
You turn the cameras off and you need to leave. This is private property.
Okay, we'll leave.
Outside, we bumped into Cordry's husband, the co-owner of Savannah's Catering.
I'm trying to get in touch with your wife. She's right in here. Yeah, she doesn't really want to talk to us.
We showed him the invoices.
We have done everything we said we're going to do, so that's all I can tell you.
You guys ordered a cake?
Bruce Cordry then went inside, but came back out a few minutes later.
We've got a bride who's claiming you guys took money from her and you don't care?
I don't care about you.
I know, but what about the bride? We have no comment.
I just don't want any other bride to go through what I've went through, because it's really tough. It's really stressful.
Now, 1 week after we stopped by the business, Angela Cordry sent an email to the bride offering to refund her $1,500. However, there was a big catch. In order to collect the money, Maxwell was asked to sign this legal document stating that the deposits were not for the venue and the cake and the DJ, but instead for catering service. Now, Maxwell says she has had no intention of signing this, claiming it's just simply not true.
It would not make any sense for her to sign that, for sure. Thank you so much. Once again, you picked up the phone, got an answer, and got results for these people. Love that. Okay, Lewis, thank you so much for being here. Erica and I will be back after the break with a story that just might save your life. You don't want to miss it. I'm Ginger Gadsden, and this is Flashpoint on News 6. The number is staggering. 60 people have died in Florida within a 2-year period after the cars they were in crashed into a lake or pond.
In Orange County, I discovered that first responders are taking action to change that.
It's tragic scenes like this, a family trapped inside their car submerged in a pond, or this pickup truck located underwater. The driver never made it out. But this driver was lucky. His car splashed into a pond and he managed to escape. It's calls like this that have prompted Orange County Fire and Rescue to put down their hose and grab their flippers for a water rescue, since they are often first to a scene.
Once a vehicle goes in the water, you have about 30 to 60 seconds before it is submerged.
Special Operations Battalion Chief David Hollenbach tells me firefighters were always trained to do water surface rescues, but now they have over 200 men and women who can go underwater, holding their breath up to 12 feet deep to perform a rescue. They're called rescue swimmers. There are 10 stations with rescue swimmers strategically located near bodies of water around Orange County, ready to deploy.
As quick as possible, they're going in to make that rescue.
In fact, we're the only TV station to see their water rescue training. Here is the car submerged in the water. Inside, a dummy is posed as the driver, waiting to be rescued by firefighters. Orange County Fire and Rescue are dispatched to the scene, and within minutes they arrive. Grab their gear, everything from snorkels to a rescue weight belt that's designed by them.
There isn't anything like this on the market.
On it, all the essential items for a rescue. A seatbelt cutter, a center punch to break a window, trauma shears, a marked buoy to identify where the submerged vehicle is, and a hook to attach a search rope to the rescuer. The belt goes right around their waist as they make their way into the water. Meanwhile, Orange County Fire Rescue's boat meets them at the scene. Rescue swimmers go into the water off the boat and with a single breath swim to the submerged vehicle. They manage to get the driver out of the car and bring the victim to the water's surface, where the rest of their team places the victim on the board, and the team is then guided back onto land. It is teamwork that enables them to do this job, which is not easy.
We train for the worst so that we can perform the best.
Now, obviously, we had to edit the rescue for time, but I have put the entire video on our website. That's clickorlando.com, so you can see it in its entirety. Just search Orange County Fire Rescue. And there's so many lakes and so many,
oh my goodness,
all sorts of bodies of water around
Yeah.
here. So this is such an important story.
It's such a good story, and it could actually save a life. Thank you, Erica. If you have a story you'd like Erica or any one of our investigators to look into, email the information to tips@wkmg.com. Erica, Mike Holfeld, Mike DeForest, and Louis Bolden, they want to hear from you. And that is going to do it for us right now. That's Flashpoint for this week. I'm Ginger Gadsden. Thanks for joining us. Have a great Sunday.